UnDaoDu. Here's UnDaoDu. He's sitting on the blocks representing the blockchain. Around his head is OIF, the Open Innovation Framework. And in the middle is OBAI staring out of basically a monitor. And there's the legs of the monitor. And OBAI is basically running this whole new decentralized business model built on CABR, compounded annual benefit rate, that will replace the 10,000-year-old model built on CAGR, compounded annual growth rate, which is the age of kings. So the reason why the Mayan calendar ended was because the birth of the blockchain happened in 2012. That's the year that I shared the Open Innovation Framework with the founders of Ethereum. They were working on something called Bitcoin Magazine back then, and something called Small Planet. And Vitalik was the only one I didn't meet with, and that's why I'm not listed as a contributor to Ethereum, because they chose to put the only guy that I never met with. All the other team members, Matthew, Mihal Lisi, a guy called Vladimir, right? He's a big Bitcoin guy, right? I met four of the team members, and Mihal was just a young kid. Not Mihal, but Vitalik was just a young kid. So these guys represent the 19 DANOs. Each represent each kind of category that will usher in social capitalism, or the next paradigm, capitalism 2.0. So these are the DANOs. These images also represent the folks that will bring it in. So probably Vitalik's face, one of these is Vitalik. Vitalik, who do you think you are, right? Satoshi is one of these guys, right? All right. All the folks out there. Anyway, hope you enjoy that little intro. My name is Mike Trout. I'm actually wearing my t-shirt on backwards so I can talk about the image. I consider myself one of the visionaries behind the blockchain as the Open Innovation Framework, not as a distributive ledger. The distributive ledger part actually has been around since the late 1980s, early 1990s, and ultimately, there was a lot of crypto anarchists, they were called, that did a lot of the work on cryptology and everything else. So the blockchain has actually been around a long time. Smart contracts, I believe, is something Vitalik came about. The idea of DAOs, or I'm going to go the other way because there's loud noise over there. The idea of DAOs comes from my work on Open Corps. Open Corps were basically decentralized autonomous entities. And back then, I was really thinking in lines of the current corporate model, or DACs, decentralized autonomous corporations. That's why they use DACs and DAOs. Only because that was the only reference. The idea of an entity just existing on the internet was a little far-fetched. But the idea of entities now existing on just a blockchain isn't that far-fetched. There's companies out there called like the Aragon Project, XDAC, who are all kind of pursuing that. But the real solution is the DANO, Decentralized Autonomous Nonprofit Organization. And it's funny because just the other day, sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera up. In late 2017, Cardano, the vehicle for launching DANOs. So Cardano, I just discovered Cardano. This kind of unheard of, really purist kind of blockchain. So I'm reaching out to them in Cardano, maybe the blockchain that we end up launching I'm going to actually take the white paper of Cardano and mash it up with DANOs. Because there's some things I started reading, and there's some things that they can't answer that I can't answer. And so we can basically take fork Cardano for DANOs and usher in the whole social capitalist paradigm. So that's kind of the idea here. How you folks doing? You gotta love Trump. Polluting our streams with coal. Did you hear that, right? He signed the executive order yesterday to allow coal companies to dump all their heavy metals and waste into our streams. Oh. Can you believe that? How can any supporter kind of justify that? Right? No knows. So probably a Trump supporter. So anyway, I take any opportunity. So this guy's a very big Trump supporter. Woo, it's chilly. Go Trump. He yelled at me last time because he's a big Trump supporter. So we go troll him a little. He's kind of 80 years old. Kind of mean. He was like, next time I see my dad dad's about to die. You better quickly go see him. I actually want to do a talk on that, but ended up doing a talk on UnDaoDu, the prophecy of the blockchain. And I dedicate this talk to Brock Pierce, wherever you are. Wherever you are, Brock, contact me. Let's talk.